adentro.
Sí, ya voy, me estoy vistiendo.
Tomorrow.
Sí.
Singer and actress Rachel Zegler is gearing up for another legendary character, the one that actually inspired West Side Story's Maria. This fall, Rachel is starring in a new staging of Romeo and Juliet, making her Broadway debut as one of Shakespeare's star-crossed lovers alongside actor Kit Connor. She's one of many stars lighting up theaters, big and small, this season in productions that are shaping up to be well worth your time, money, and yes, maybe even a few gasps, which we always love that. So to help us break down what's on Broadway, senior digital reporter and Broadway reporter for Inside Edition, Leigh Scheps, joins us now. Good morning to you. And thanks for joining us today. So Hollywood shaping up to have a big presence on stage this scene, as I mentioned, big and small. What other stars can we expect to see?
Good morning, Alex. Yeah, well, you might as well move that Hollywood sign to Broadway because it is that star-studded of a fall season. Iron Man is going to be on Broadway.
Wow.
Yes. Can you believe it? Robert Downey Jr. is starring in a new play called McNeil, and it is about his obsession with artificial intelligence. Katie Holmes is starring in a revival of the Thornton Wilder classic, Our Town, which probably every high school in America has done, so you probably have seen a production of it. I didn't go to my high school production, but I'm certainly going to see Our Town on Broadway. Also starring in it, Jim Parsons of The Big Bang Theory. Juliana Margulies is starring in a new play called Left on 10th opposite Peter Gallagher. It is written by Delia Ephron, and you know her because she wrote the screenplay to the iconic romantic comedy You've Got Mail. So it certainly is going to have romantic comedy in this play. Susan Stroman is directing, and you know her because she directed and choreographed The Producers, which has won the most Tony Awards ever in Broadway history. Michelle Williams of Destiny's Child is starring in a new Broadway musical called Death Becomes Her. It's based on the 1992 movie starring Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn. So if you get tickets for Death Becomes Her, you'll have to look to see if Beyonce ever shows up and is sitting next to you in the audience. Shailene Woodley and Zachary Quinto are in a new play called Cult of Love. That's later this fall, and it's about a family coming home for the holidays. But these days, you can't just look at what's on Broadway because there are so many stars that are appearing on Off-Broadway too. Adam Driver is starring in a play called Hold On to Me, Darling, Off-Broadway. And that's just one to name a few. You have to look at New York City Center because there's a big production of Ragtime coming this fall with an all-star cast. The Off-Broadway, you know, maybe not as fancy as you might think as a Broadway show, but it is more intimate because they are smaller theaters. So you have to check there too. And these are just the stars that I'm talking about this fall. Coming this spring, it gets even more packed with stars. George Clooney is going to be on Broadway, if you can believe it.
Wow. And these are, Leigh, these are just absolutely monster star power names that we're talking about here. So that's sure to draw a lot of people in. One Broadway show, though, that has everyone talking is a revival of Gypsy. So what do we know about that? Because there's a lot of buzz around that.
Yeah, curtain up, light the lights, right? Gypsy is back on Broadway this fall, starring six-time Tony Award winner Audra McDonald. It is playing at the Majestic Theater, and the theater has just been closed for the last year due to renovations. Phantom of the Opera was playing there for the last 36 years. So if you saw Phantom of the Opera back in the 1980s, early 90s, and you haven't been back into the theater, it was just refurbished. They took down the prop chandelier and they put up the original chandelier to the theater and refurbished that. Everybody is obsessed talking about the casting for the show because in addition to Audra starring as the biggest stage mother of all time, Mama Rose, Danny Burstein has been cast as Herbie, and Joy Woods, who was just starring in The Notebook, is playing the iconic, famous Gypsy Rose Lee. Everyone is obsessed with the casting. You know, this is the sixth time Gypsy has been on Broadway. It originated in 1959. Camille Brown is choreographing, so I'm excited to see their interpretation of the show, and they're adding in new orchestrations or additional orchestrations that we haven't heard since it premiered on Broadway in 1959.
Wow, exciting stuff. Senior digital reporter and Broadway reporter for Inside Edition, Leigh Scheps, thank you so much for joining us, and happy watching.
Thanks so much for having me.